Good morning. Guess what?
Good morning. What day is it today?
It is World Backup Day.
Well, how about that?
Isn't that exciting?
Is that like putting your car in reverse and backing up?
Right.
No, not in our world. It's not.
It's so our topic today, before I even go into it, get on our newsletter. Not right now. Listen to us first, but afterwards, go to our website, sign up.
We'll be brief.
Yeah, we'll be brief, and that way you get updates and news, what's going on, and productivity tips, all kinds of stuff to help you in your work environment. So, will your backup save you?
Will they?
Will your backup save you?
Well,
Will it?
if you do them right, yes. Or they can.
They can.
And they should.
The only thought I had was like, unless they already have your data.
Well, you still have your backup to replace the data that's stolen, so
Yes.
you can remain in business.
True, but then your insurance company takes care of the rest, right?
Well,
Something like that.
it depends. If they've already got your data and they're using it for whatever bad thing they want to do it, like are they selling your personal information, your social security number, etc. That's a whole nother episode. We're talking about having a store of your
Just so
business
you can
essential data
get back up,
that you can get back and get running.
get
Whether
back into business.
whether it's malicious, you lost your data to crypto lockers, malware, or your server room flooded, or your server just crashed. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but fire, flood.
When we first came on here, we have a retired employee that was, I remember 9/11 was when we first started talking about disaster recovery.
Okay.
Here at DS Tech. And I just remember that because it was like, okay, we had to have a whole disaster recovery plan because we were like, well, what if something happened to the building,
Yep.
So.
And that's what they go hand in hand in our world. It's BDR, backup disaster recovery.
Yeah.
That's, your backup.
That's what that stands for? I didn't even know that.
Yes.
I just knew that that I ordered stuff for BDR.
BDR, that's what it is. It's a disaster recovery. It's part of your disaster recovery.
Cool.
There's a lot of other aspects, but today we're going to talk about backups.
Yeah, because it's World Backup Day.
It's World Backup.
I mean, why not talk about backups?
They had a
World
day just for
Backup Day.
backups.
That's so exciting. There aren't a lot of cyber days, by the way. There's like an October one for World Password Day.
Oh.
But,
Okay.
There aren't very many. So we got to celebrate it and use it. So hackers are always looking for vulnerabilities, right?
Yes.
So I don't know. Here's a few points to make. Your backup software is one.
You got to have good, reliable software that performs your backups. And obviously, in today's day and age, it's an automated feature.
Yes.
It's not like you went in the old days and you took your floppy disk and put it in your computer and you backed up
or go change the tape.
Or change the tape,
right?
Which many customers and us included still use tape backup.
That's only on one system though, isn't it?
Well, it's one system, but two separate companies we back up.
Yeah. Anyway. But your backup software, don't just use some fly by night.
Right. Use reputable. Use reputable
companies. Like,
yes.
Do we have some examples? Like Norton? Is that one?
We use we'll get into this, I guess, eventually, but talk about like, don't consider your Google Drive or Dropbox or OneDrive as a backup solution.
Okay, as a home user, I use Amazon Prime to back up all my pictures because it's like unlimited picture backup.
Yep.
Is that good?
Well, it's an additional copy of your data, which is what I guess is the definition of a backup. And we're going into security, and like two-factor authentication is important because if I get your credentials, right, and you use the same password on that account as you do on another company that gets breached, now I'm logging into your Amazon account just like I'm you. So
grabbing all my photos
right,
because you really
or
want
doing
them.
or doing whatever. Yeah, you might have other data up there. So
Yeah.
that's why you use two-factor authentication. We always circle back to that.
It's as always.
Yes.
Every time I read it, any article on cybersecurity, it always comes down to
Right.
two-factor authentication. At
So
least.
having a backup, don't get me wrong, is great
Yeah.
on Amazon, but again, you have to qualify it and make sure you're
And
two-factor.
since we're going down this road, we might as well as talk about all the different ways you should have multiple backups,
Right.
right?
Yep.
So you have your on-site backup.
Yep.
So that for speedy recovery, right?
Yep.
Which is like what? An external
Easily
hard drive?
available. Could be an external hard drive. You know,
Small stuff could be a flash drive.
it could be a flash drive. You know, I use the analogy of backing up your data as like your money. You have your data on your computer, your desktop computer. That's
Which
like
is
money
money
in
in your
pocket.
wallet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's exact. It's you know, hey, do you have $5? Yes, it's easily accessible. Not very secure. You can lose your wallet. You can get robbed. Whatever. And then the next level is the server on site on a server, which is by definition a beefier, more stable machine designed to back up data and run longer. That's kind of like your money in your credit union or your bank. Easy to get to, not instantly accessible, maybe, but
harder to get to as a hacker because it's not
yes.
on your system.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then finally, your offsite backup is money you have invested that is way more secure. Maybe if you have stocks and bonds or whatever it might be, it's even more secure in like your credit union, bank, secured by the government insurance as well. But farther away, harder to get to, and what we call air gapped.
Okay.
So,
Air
that server's still on your network. So if someone gets into your network through, you know, an unsecure computer, they have access to that.
So your network is
server.
all attached.
Right. It's all
Okay. And an offline backup, is that what you're referring to?
could be in the
Like
cloud.
in the cloud?
Yep.
Or
It could be as simple as that external hard drive you have on your computer. And at the end of the day, this isn't an external hard drive, it's my phone, but you unplug it from the network
and you take it home.
and take it home off site, and it's inaccessible.
Because
Unless
it's
they
not
come
on.
in and steal it and break into your house.
Right. Okay. Okay. Stuff.
Yep.
All right.
And then we're going to talk about home users offline backup. Fairly inexpensive. Like Carbonite is one where you know, that's their business. They do backup. I give you a warning.
I want to get to my list over here.
Okay. The warning with those type of companies are how long is it going to take you to get your data back? If you have lots of data, you know, you think about how they work. They're backing up tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of computers every day. All their data is flowing up to their devices. And when your computer crashes or you get malwared and you need your data back, you're going to get a very small percentage of their bandwidth pushing.
So it's slow
So it can
to
be
recover.
very slow. It might, and if you have that much data because you're an enterprise, you're a business, you should have something set up professional, like we might offer you.
I was just going to
How
say,
about that?
so how do, because I know one of our little, what's the word I'm looking for?
Flyers.
Yeah, one of our flyers, but one of the benefits to our customers is quick recovery.
Right. Several different ways.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's what our BDRs do.
Yep.
Right.
The disaster recovery part is we have the ability, if you want, is to have a virtual instance of your server up in the cloud. And if your physical server goes, we spin that up. You know, we fire that up, and everyone doesn't even know the difference until we can get another physical server into your business.
Okay, so I can think of some examples of customers that had issues getting hacked, you know,
Yep.
and were down. But if they hadn't have had our service, that BDR service, they would have been down for like a week, but they were only down for like a day.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's just one instance I'm thinking in my head. I'm sure there's more. Okay, and then here's something else cool is with even to the end user, like when I needed a different system for working from home, they just grabbed a system and loaded it. I took it home, plugged it in, and I'm in business.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Here's the data. Takes an average about 16 days to restore a network after an attack. So,
oh my gosh,
can you afford that as a business to shut your doors?
That's more
and not
than
be
2
doing
weeks.
Business for 2 weeks, over 2 weeks.
Ouch.
And that's the thing. If your data's gone, your data's gone. The attackers, the bad guys, don't want your data. They're holding it hostage.
So have a plan in place.
So have your data somewhere else
if
they
you're
can't get to.
a business.
Yep.
Ask us, security@dstech.net. So yeah, I mean, when we talk about hiring people, I think that kind of covers it, doesn't it?
Yep, I think we talked about everything.
Everything that's on my list here. I didn't look at it. So
here's the last thing. Data backup was never designed to protect against cyber attacks like ransomware. That's not what it's for.
It's to restore.
It's to restore after such
to get
an
you
event.
back up and running.
Yes.
So you're going to want to keep data safe so that you can get back up. That's the bottom line, right?
Yep.
And two-factor authentication on everything.
Geez, we always talk about that.
It's important.
It is. And every time my computer, like when I came down here to do this, I lock my computer and I go back. I have to log in, username, password.
And then I got to bring up my phone.
I get on my phone and
I get my code.
And I think to myself, you know what? I'm protecting myself from the bad guys.
Yeah.
Right? And when I do it at home, my personal accounts and have to go through it. It's like,
pain in the butt, but
it is.
You gotta.
That 2 seconds or 5 seconds or 10 seconds of your life compared to how much time would it take you if you lost everything to restore it if you even could.
I broke my phone. It took me a whole day to get my phone back on a different phone.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
It's kind of crazy.
I'm going to have to check and do my data up on my phone today.
Well, you know what?
World Backup Day.
And speaking of World Backup Day and your phone, the 2FA stuff you could back up. So that when I transferred to my phone, all I had to do was restore.
Yeah.
I had two-factor on that too.
One of my authenticators.
There's one I still don't have up yet.
This one has this little right here, that little icon.
Oh yeah.
It'll transfer to your phone. Because the last time I got a new phone, which was in 1983, no, I'm kidding. It was a couple years ago.
It was a bag phone.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. I marveled at the technology because I went from iPhone to iPhone, so I stayed the same platform, and it was very seamless. Like you go in there and say, right?
Yeah, my Google Pixel, I just literally connected cable to phone, and it just did its thing.
Yeah, and mine was Bluetooth. The only thing, some of the programs didn't, the passwords didn't carry over, but they were all my authenticators. Pretty much.
But I had my passwords all, stored in a
printed out
archive. Yeah, totally in my little sticky notes all over my computer. Just kidding.
I know she's kidding.
Oh, little Larry had sticky notes everywhere.
Oh, he's not the only one.
Okay, awesome. Happy Backup Day.
We
National
hope to,
Backup Day.
in the future, to start bringing some of our techs in.
Yes.
So
2 of them volunteered.
Yes.
So I'm excited. We're going to have Tim and we're going to have Jared on.
And possibly
the
owner.
The boss man.
The boss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which will be awesome. So
that'll be fun.
His brain is fun to pick. Just saying. So be on the lookout for those. I'll be announcing them in our newsletter. I'll say, we have a special guest coming on. So it'll be fun. And
And Aaron's working out of town today. That's why he's not here. So
yeah, so it prompted me to ask for
we miss you,
volunteers.
Aaron.
Yeah. Happy World Backup Day. I'll see you around.
See you next